Now that we've wrapped up watching the Spring 2026 anime season, it's time to give our final impressions and rank them. As a side note, there are 7 shows rolling over to the summer season, so they won't appear here because we plan to watch those in a few months when they finish airing. For the shows that we dropped in spring, it felt like the most common complaint was a lack of intrigue or pull towards the characters. But everyone forms connections differently, so that's not to say that any of these were overtly bad. That means the first show that we have to rank is MARRIAGETOXIN. The anime adaptation definitely enhanced the experience of what was already a good manga, and I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was really fun to see everyone's powers and how they used those powers.
I already knew that I was going to like it going in, but I think it's comparatively best of the best when you look at all the other shows we had. Gals Can't Be Kind to Otaku felt a little take it or leave it, but it still had its charms. I think I came close to dropping it at the beginning though, so I'm gonna put it in meh, and then you dropped it completely.
Yeah, I didn't end up really giving this one much of a try.
I wish Always a Catch had had a stronger romance, but it was still cute. Maybe put it in average?
Thought the scenario was really fun, and getting to see what mischief she got into.
Wistoria Wand and Sword Season 2 was kind of disappointing, and it highlighted the storytelling struggles from Season 1 by stripping away the stronger action elements.
But we still got 2 really good fights, and getting to see their reunion, although it was short-lived, was rewarding.
Let's put it in...
average?
Yeah. Akane-banashi was interesting, but I struggled to form attachments to the characters, so it didn't grip me as hard as it seemed like it did for everyone else in the community, which makes me struggle on where to put it. I think just from personal opinion, it was average.
I liked the stories that we got for the show. I just wish we got to spend a little bit more time with them and her as a person. Brush Buddy the anime.
Witch Hat lives up to the hype of being an instant classic, and I just wish that they had shifted which episode was the season ender, and then everything would have been perfect. Also, that there had been more Brush Buddy.
Always need more Brush Buddy.
So this was solidly best of the best. With Agents of the Four Seasons, I learned the hard way that I was not the target audience for this show, and I walked away really traumatized.
I thought they did a really good job telling the story they were trying to tell.
But that's not the story that I feel like we were marketed originally.
Joke's on you when I watched the marketing material.
I think this was one of those times that I regret not being the kind of person that reads other people's reviews before watching a thing, because then I might have saved myself.
So it's average, right?
No, it's so hard because the production quality is obviously really good, but I did not enjoy the story at all. I'm gonna put it in meh.
No.
Okay, fine.
We'll average it out to average.
Just know we're conflicted. The strongest occupation is not a hero or a sage, but an appraiser. Provisional was one of those kind of forgettable isekai, but it provided some good laughs while we were watching, so it wasn't a waste of time either.
It was very outrageous with what it liked to do, but does it get to be average or meh?
I think it's still just meh. Nothing horribly wrong with it, but nothing that it was doing great either. Dr. Stone's Science Future Cour 3 was a very satisfying conclusion to the franchise, so I want to put it in best of the best.
I think as a standalone, it might not have hit the highs of a lot of the rest of the franchise, but it did a good job wrapping up the whole story they were trying to tell.
Classroom of the Elite Season 4 was a little bit slow because they were introducing a bunch of new characters all at once, but the ending of the island test was cool. They turned around my doubts about redoing the island.
This show always throws just enough curveballs that even though it's mostly a talking head show, it's still really fun to watch.
I think we'll put it in runner-up. An Observation Log of My Fiancée was my favorite new show of the season, and it did an excellent job differentiating itself in the crowded Villainess genre, so it's best of the best at the front.
It was a really cool twist seeing the Villainess from more of a normal person's perspective and getting to see how he reacted to her.
The Most Heretical Last Boss Queen Season 2's focus deviated enough from the first season that I just was not as invested in it. I felt a little disappointed.
Yeah, it feels like we almost lost a lot of the relationships that we had built in the first season while introducing the new men.
I agree, so I think for that reason, it's probably meh. Kill Blue was an age reversal show done well with an upbeat energy, and I'm really interested to see how the story will shake out in Season 2, so probably front of average.
This is another one where they had lots of absurd moments. Seeing his skill set in a normal-ish school environment was very entertaining.
The Warrior Princess and the Barbaric King felt a little too scattered, so it didn't live up to its potential, and I really wish it had focused more on the romance, so I'll put it in meh.
Yeah, I feel like the romance could have gone somewhere, as well as the setup with her kingdom, but we ended up introducing too many other elements rather than focusing on one thing.
You can focus on one or two things, but just at least focus. Lastly, The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten Season 2 was a solid sequel that continued the vibes of the first season pretty consistently, so I think runner-up.
This continued to be a cute romance.
Now let's see if our preseason ranking guesses aged like milk or like fine wine.
So obviously minus the rollovers.
I think Wistoria and Agents of the Four Seasons are the biggest letdowns, and it's so sad because, especially since Wistoria season 1 was so good.
Hopefully they pick it up in a third season where we go and take on the sky.
A lot of the stuff that we put in runner-up also ended up a lot lower than we were thinking. Really, the only thing that moved itself up significantly was Observation Log. Otherwise, it feels like we gave things too much anticipated credit.
So everything kind of shuffled up and down one, but other than that, we were kind of accurate. Our average was a little bit of a miss, but...
The majority of our average is in the drop now. As a whole, spring 2026 ended up having a smaller amount of shows for us to watch than normal, but there was no shortage of great experiences on offer. And having an observation log of my fiancé being such a surprise win was really exciting for me. I love it when a show exceeds expectations.
It's always fun when something surprises you in the season.
If you want to watch our individual reviews for a specific show, we have the playlist for this season linked in the description. Let us know in the comments which show was your favorite from spring 2026. And if you're having fun, please like and subscribe.